Hi, Christine Pensa. Welcome to a series of tree talks that I was invited to share. Hello, it's Christine from Art That Moves and the Awakened Woman Self-Care Podcast. And this morning I just heard go out and do a tree talk. So I wanted to, first of all, let you know that a lot of information is coming through for the podcast, the Awakened Woman Self-Care podcast. And so please check out our latest episodes. There's 117 up. And I am bringing through downloaded, channeled information, as well as having some beautiful guests on. So I'd love for you to drop in. It's all meant to nourish you and boost your sacred self-care. Hi, Christine, with my first installment of Tree Talk, and I wanted to share these little snippets that come in that I feel are really helpful and relevant to some of you out there. And I know right now I've got my Kuan Yin earrings on today because I know there's it's not just me, there's a lot of us out there feeling that real as we move into the new year. A lot of what happened in 2020 is catching up with us. And so we're feeling tired, maybe, or very run down, or old things are flaring up in the form of emotions or physical ailments. And so, or hashtag all of the above. I came here to this very spot on New Year's Day because there was so much coming up, and I leaned against, there's these two beautiful trees, and I'll try and get a shot of them in a minute, that are here in the park in Toronto near where I live. And they are this is just one of the most beautiful ways to allow yourself to release. And so wherever you are, even if it's the middle of a big city, just come out, and you don't have to exert yourself in any way. You literally can just lean on a tree. And a couple of little kids just passed by and they're like, "What's happening? What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm just hanging out with this tree and doing a little talk." And they were like, "Oh, okay." And so just let yourself do whatever feeds you, your soul. That's your sacred self-care. And it doesn't have to be the same every day. It doesn't have to be punitive. It can bring you joy. Just please remember that the number one thing to do is to tune into yourself and listen to what you need in each moment. And that is different every day. So honor that. Okay, another tree talk. Same day, but another tree talk. And I just want to show the two trees. I hope I can show you. They're so gorgeous, these two trees. I love them. There were some kids sledding over there, so I kind of moved over to this one to not disturb them. One of the things also, and I want to share something else that came in that I think will be really helpful to a lot of you. I get a lot of information in metaphor. And so what came in was this metaphor of, we've spent this last year with these kind of everywhere we go, there's these taped outlines, where to stand, where to, where we're allowed kind of thing. And so I think that we've just taken a lot of that in. as what we think we have to, steps that we have to follow, things we have to do. And so as we become kind of numb to that, we just do it automatically. And so what I saw was that there is a call to be really present to that and pay attention. And there was this lifting off. So I saw the tape as very black and heavy, as also a representation of the distortion that's laid down in the world, and the call is, and this is in whatever way this speaks to you, is to rip that tape up, the predetermined path that everyone has set out for you, whether that's your parents, your social circle, your own expectations of yourself, societal expectations, all of that. To pull that up, that black tape. And here it's really interesting. There's a mirror of that right now. And there's a child who is challenging his adult to say, I don't want to follow the rules that you have laid down. I'm playing in the mud and it's joyful for me. And the adult is very angry, probably because he wasn't allowed to do that. So let's just send them a little love and blessing that they may open up and follow the path that isn't the one that's prescribed or okay or deemed like you need to be in this tiny small, I hate to say box, but box. Move out of that and understand what your own path and journey is, because that's where we are heading. That's what we're moving into. What is your path and journey and joy? And when you follow that, you naturally come into alignment with the earth. You come into alignment with your own love, your own beautiful expression and contribution to this earth. So I love you, I thank you, and I'll see you soon. I'm going to move to another tree, my other big beautiful tree here. Hi, Christine Pensa, Earth That Moves, and the Awakened Woman Self-Care Podcast. And I wanted to share another metaphorical download information that I received, which I think could be very helpful to many of you. And that is this, I received this beautiful information this morning about how we are perceiving what's coming in, and we're really, a lot of us, feeling very tired, feeling maybe a lot of old trauma and emotion or physical ailments coming back up, and so that can be really triggering, and I think I received this because I did have an old injury flare up, and so when we're physically challenged, we tend to shut down a lot. So I tried to go allow the physical to be, and then go into what the message was. And I got a lot of messages, but part of what I received I want to share with you is this idea that we look at these things, the injury, and we make certain assumptions because it's as though we're standing in a fun house with these fun house mirrors, and what they're reflecting back to us, what they're mirroring back to us, isn't actually ourselves. It's the distortion. So, you know, if you stand in a funhouse, you see some, you know, you're very short, you're very tall, you're wide, you're distorted in some way. And there's all of these mirrors, right? So imagine they're all around you. And when you start to really pay attention and look, you recognize that that is not a true reflection of who you are. That is something that, you know, in the case of a physical ailment, it could be something that is ready to release. It could be something that is telling you, giving you a message about something, but it's not who you are. So the invitation is to really come when that happens and you receive these mirrors, or you hear something, or you feel something that feels really painful, or like dishonoring, like, you know, kind of trash talking you. It's the distorted mirror. And so can you find where the exit is and can you step out of the funhouse? Get away from those mirrors that are not truly you. They are distortions of who you are. And so it's really, I'm going to do a meditation on that because I think it's a really powerful metaphor and a really beautiful way for us to step back into ourselves and release a lot of these distorted outside mirrors. I love you. Oops. I love you. Thank you. See you soon.